All right, are you ready for some sloppy racing? So we're back in Monza, season two. Uh, I did not practice very much. I I did about 5 laps and jumped into a race. Did 2 qualifying laps, plus the warm-up laps. So in total, 8 laps. I set myself at fourth on the grid, um, with Joseph in front of me, not by much, by less than a second in front of me. Um, and the folks behind me also, not terribly close, but not terribly far away either. So starting in fourth position, cold tires, little practice. Let's see how it all plays out. I get a decent start, not as good as I'm doing lately, but my objective is to slide into the left here, and slide to the left I do, because I want to avoid any problems. There's one accident in the back. I'm able to get into second place by the time we make turn turn three. And yeah, these guys are all over my back. Again, cold tires, trying to just loosen it up a little bit, keep it clean. The guy in the Red Bull livery behind me, really pushing. I'm not willing to risk a huge amount of accidents on turn one. I figure I can ease into my laps and go from there. So I go ahead and let him take that position back, but he screws up, sends himself into the wall, and I'm going to back that up just so you can see that, because this causes me to have a problem after that. So here he is, as we come out of the hairpin turn, pushing in front of me. I'm staying as far to the right as I possibly can on this track. I could probably get a little more right. I'm trying to get to the right. He cuts in front of me and sends himself off, but it throws my braking off and sends me off the track here. So I give up another couple places as a result. And of course he's yelling at me, telling me that was my fault, and I tell him, you want to go back and take a look at the replay.
Bro, are you kidding me? Gonna want to go back and watch that replay.
Now I have dropped down to 6th place in this race.
I really can't have a
from
single
second
race without people crashing into.
Can't have a race without people crashing into you.
Right into the back of me.
Kind of tells you maybe you're the problem. So, but this is going to be a sloppy race for me. I make a lot of mistakes in this race. I am in 7th position, still in contention here, hoping to catch up to those in front of me, or expecting that they are going to make some mistakes. We're just wrapping up lap 1. Tires are still cool. Takes about 2 laps to warm up your tires. Behind me, you can see this yellow Porsche of Locke behind me, Locke Kwan. He's going to try to go down the inside. I'm not going to fight that too much again, but he backs off of that. We go into turn 1 and 2, and then into turn 3. He is really pushing. And he is all over my back, less than a tenth behind me. I know he's about to try something dangerous. But danger is my middle name. All joking aside, he is right on my tail. I'm expecting that he's going to pass me any minute. But also, I'm trying to pass these folks in front of me. I'm catching up to them in front of me. I'm half a second to Benjamin in front of me. He's trying to just find the right spot to pass me. And quite frankly, with how aggressive he's being, I'm kind of contemplating letting him through so that he can then go deal with these people in front. But again, while thinking about that, I make a mistake, go off the track, get a slowdown penalty, and that's going to go ahead and let Locke Kwan pass me at this point. Now I've got Nick behind me, and I'm in 7th place. So, dropping places like they're going out of style, but I'm going to spend a couple laps kind of comfortably in the middle of 2 groups, trying to catch up to the group in front of me while not get so close that I'm involved in any accident, because you can see that they are being pretty aggressive in front of me. Watch this. I mean, some pretty good racing, but I'm expecting any second that there's about to be an accident. going to brake a little bit early because I'm aware that they're going to have problems. Going into the first turn. Second turn, you can see a car in front of me spins out. I cut to the right, another car out, and yet another car out. He tries to get back on the track, nearly hits me. But now I'm up into fourth place again. I'm into fourth place with Nick right on my tail. Craig gets past Nick. Craig is pretty fast. He's coming up on me from behind. Again, I'm focused on the three guys in front of me, seeing if I can catch up to them at this point. I'm trying to calm myself after all the carnage I've just witnessed and just say, focus on my braking points, do what I know I can do. But I swing off a little bit more there than I intended, slowing myself down. Craig gets right up on my tail at this point.
Sorry.
Same point.
But I am also half a second to lock Quan in front of me, so it's definitely the top 5 or 6 people here are driving on this track, racing each other, and I'm in and amongst that group. Feeling pretty good about this lap. Behind me, you see Craig spin off, so that releases me from that pressure behind me, and now I can focus on Locke in front of me. I'm still in fourth position.
You can pass me. You guys you can pass me if you need to.
Y'all dancing side by side. Get out of the way.
Locke is really quick driver. Like, I'm liking watching how he's passing.
Please look.
And I'm trying to catch up to him.
Reversing. Thank you.
And so now behind me, by 3.3 seconds, is Jonas, while I am still within a second of these guys in front of me. And I'm expecting there to be an accident with the way they are swinging back and forth. To the point where it's making me nervous to be this close behind them. But I want to be in a position where if something does happen, I'm ready to pounce. Maybe focusing a little too much on them. You see some collision there. Again, you know, I don't want to get in the mix of these two guys banging into each other. But as a result, it does throw me off a little bit. I'm just not practiced enough on the track yet. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's one that I'm generally pretty fast at. This and Hockenheim are probably my 2 favorites. But, you know, going into it cold, right from Sebring to this, yeah, I'm just not practiced and warmed up at it enough at this point. I see them going into this turn here. A lot of accidents tend to happen in this turn, so I'm kind of wondering if this is where they're going to have their accident. But they don't. Again, here they go down the straightaway. Locke trying to pass Eduardo, and he's going to make it happen, I believe. Or they're going to have an accident right here, and I'm going to take advantage of it. But they don't. But Eduardo does. So now I find myself back in third place. Behind me, however, pretty close, is Jonas. And Jonas is right on me real fast. As I had to avoid that accident, it slowed me down and allowed him to catch right up to me. Quite frankly, I think he's faster than I am. I've been watching Jonas and Wayne behind me, kind of battling, hoping it would slow them down. But now I've found myself, again, third place, but Jonas right on my tail. Again, I think one of the problems I had, there's a couple problems I think I had this race that caused me to make errors that I tend not to make. He gets a great run out of me here down this straight, so he's going to take this. He's on the inside. He's able to get in front of me at that point. Now behind me is Wayne, right on my tail. I've also at this point accumulated a few points. I just go wide here, carefully trying to ease myself back onto the track. I absolutely do not want to have a repeat of what happened to me in race 6 at Sebring, but I lose a ton of time there and drop into 6th place as a result. And again, I think, as I was about to say, a couple things really kind of, I think, contributed to my sloppy driving this race. One, had a really long day at work, came home from that. that's a heck of a dive into that corner. Had a really long day. I came home tired from that. Came home, we're prepping for a trip. We're going to travel. I've got a lot going on. Honestly, lack of practice. So all these things contributed to me just making mistake after mistake in this race. And I just could not get back my focus. Like, I could not recover my focus after having the initial issues. And I could just feel that I was tired as well. So I think that's probably a big part of it. This will be the only race I do today as a result. I'll probably try to get in 2 races tomorrow, see how those go. But boy, I'm glad to be back at Monza. I really do enjoy racing in this course. I'm going to skip forward a lap. Still in 6th place. I'm kind of holding my own here in 6th. I'm going to skip forward one more. Yeah, at this point, still in 6th place, kind of holding my own. In fact, behind me, the drivers have dropped off to about 4.5 seconds. I am trying to actually catch up to the group in front of me at this point, but I'm comfortably between these 2 groups. Going to skip forward one more because nothing much changes there. Somebody in front of me does go off, allowing me to take 5th place. And now I'm battling for 4th as this guy comes back on the track. In fact, I'm actually going to rewind this so you can see where it all goes wrong because it just happened. So as I come down the straightaway into turns 14 and 15, I'll let you see what I see. 2 drivers have gone off the road. He is right in the race line and slows me down significantly. And so now it's really a drag race down to turn 1 and 2. But behind us, the next closest is 4.5 seconds behind us. But again, I'm not willing to really take the risk there. I'm in 5th place. I see how aggressive he is. I see the drivers in front of us and know it's likely we can catch up to that group as well. So let's just keep pushing. And almost immediately I can see that Bruno in front of me seems to be a much faster driver. But he is damaged. I don't know if he has damage to his wheel or anything. But I'm able to keep up with him pretty good. I'm half second behind him. Catching somebody and passing them is a whole other thing, especially when it's somebody as quick as Bruno here. And again, it was funny because I was remembering this corner right here is where I lose a lot of my time. That chicane. And I remember last season as we were finishing racing in Monza, it was about when it clicked for me for that chicane. And as God is my witness, I cannot remember exactly how I was hitting it before. I swing wide here again, just frustrating the heck out of myself. And as I said, mistake after mistake, cannot regain my focus. And I lose a 1.5 seconds, letting the people behind me close in from 4.5 seconds to 3. I'm going to skip forward one lap. Back in 4th place as one of the drivers has had an accident, had to go into the pits. Behind me, 4.5 seconds, Donald Griffiths, so quite a ways back. This is lap 11 of 15, and here is my most fatal mistake. so frustrated at myself that I did this. Again, wanting to carefully get back on the track. I'm not aware of what's coming up behind me at the moment. But I pick up a ton of gravel in my tires as well, so the tires aren't gripping. And I don't realize it at this moment as I go into this turn and slide wide here again. And just telling myself, get with the program, Carl. Like, get, focus and get yourself back in the place where you need to be. And I just can't seem to be able to do it. Behind me is Craig, who was behind me before and then spun out and crashed. I just, at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm telling myself I'm having a sloppy race. I'm better than this, but I'm just tired. And that's a really, really interesting observation to me on my part, that it has so, like, I can feel that it's impacting how quickly I'm reacting and how quickly I'm making decisions on the racetrack. Craig is catching right up to me as I'm trying to kind of recapture my mojo here and recapture how I take that turn, and that's how I do it. That's how you take that chicane. It's a great, great exit out of that chicane. Heading down to turns 13, 14, and 15 right here.
That was cute. You did
And
all
oh
that to
look,
go
I
through the pit? What the
overshoot
hell?
the turn a little bit. Not bad, but again, overshoot that one. And just allowing Craig to get right up on me. At this point, I'm just trying to bring the car home. If I succeed at this point, I'll gain 21 championship points and iRating points rather. So okay, I'm not I'm not gonna fight this too hard at this point. I need to settle in. Maybe I'll just follow Craig for a little bit and see if I can recapture my mojo. I'm in 10th place at this point. I'm gonna skip forward a lap. Still in 10th place, lap 13. Behind me, the next closest car behind me is a back marker, 24 seconds behind me, and the car behind that is 36 seconds. He's 11th place. So, even if I have a disastrous exit from the track like I just had, I'm still going to finish top 10. I'll be able to get back on the track. I'm going to skip forward another lap. Final, 14, next to final lap here. I'm still in 10th position, trying to catch up to Craig. I'm kind of going in and out of a second behind him, second to a second and a half, but just unable to make it happen. But we are catching the group up ahead of us. And, given 15 more laps, maybe we would have caught them. But that's not going to happen. Let's go into the final lap. The final lap, I'm 1.4 seconds behind Craig.
Damn,
I'm
that was gonna happen.
not pushing too hard at this point. I'm just thinking about how I gave up some massive positions just by being tired and making dumb mistakes. So lesson learned there. But if I
I
finish,
thought that was 3 wide. I was like, oh crap.
if I finish in this position, I'm going to at least gain 21 iRating points. My objective is to gain iRating points. So I will still score some.
Yeah, I was like,
Looking ahead
somebody's
at
gonna hit somebody, or somebody's running it back to me. What happened?
looking ahead at Craig and realizing, like, if I pass Craig, instead I'll have 24 points instead of 21. I'm not willing to really just push it at this point, and I just want to bring the car home, and that's basically what's going to happen at this point. So while this finishes out, let's just take a look at what the results of this are. Here are the results of the race. I am in split 4 of 6, so pretty much dead in the middle. Strength of field was 1393. My iRating after this race, gaining 29 iRating, puts me at 1351. Down here you can see I started in 4th place. Oh, but wound up in 9th. It actually, something must have happened to somebody in front of me during this race, because we are now in 9th position. So let's actually back this up a second and see what happened.
Yeah, I was like,
We're in 9th place here. At some point, somebody had a major accident because we were in 10th. Oh, it must have happened a lot later than I realized. Well, anyway, we did have somebody go off the track. I'm not going to bother going back to the red trucks. I actually get, yeah, as I said, 29 iRating. I lose 0.16 safety rating. Again, this is not really my focus, but that is purely because of going off the track and losing control of the car multiple times, which garnered me 10 incident points. Just an awful sloppy drive. My fastest lap was a 144. I can do better than that. I'm in the 143s typically. Actually, a 144.9, so barely a 144. I can get into the 143s. But I ended ninth place. But you know what? Hey, points is points. We finished it up. We learned a few lessons about not driving while you're tired, and yeah. So that's the end of Monza Race 1, Season 2, 2026.